The old horseshoe on the banks of the Olin Canyon. It has seen many a high-stakes clash, and another one coming up from Columbus in this one. The Oregon Ducks come in to take on the Ohio State Buckeyes, and over the last several years, whenever these two teams have gotten together, high-stakes, playoff game, conference championship implications, all on the line. Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with you. Let's say hello to Holly Rowe.
Guys, this is one of the most exciting top 25 matchups of this season. Honestly, Oregon versus Ohio State might be two of the most talented rosters in all of college football. College football playoff implications on the line. This one should be massive when Oregon takes on Ohio State. Back to you.
Thank you, Holly. Really looking forward to this matchup. The Buckeyes will kick off first, and here we go. He'll bring it back looking for help. Couldn't find room for the big play. He'll be stopped after a short return. It's a coverage unit right on top of it. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. Left side is bare. Across the 25, he's got room. Makes the catch, and he's free. Inside the 30. He's at the top, and he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Ducks!
What a way to start this game offensively. You find the matchup you like, you put it in his hands, and he does the rest. The defense looks like they were sleepwalking out there to start this game. One play, they go the distance to score a touchdown. This defense better wake up.
And he tacks on the extra point. And now they'll try to get the two-point conversion, guys. He will be stopped short, just shy of the goal line, and the two-point conversion attempt will fail. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Looking for room, it's Jackson. These little gains can start to add up as he gets it up to the 34. Seems as if these two have been on a collision course for a top 5 meeting like this. And big picture, guys, it can really help their playoff positioning.
Yeah, we all circled this game at the start of the year. We knew this one was going to have conference championship, national championship, Heisman Trophy implications too, David. So lots riding on this one, and may the best team win.
And this will be huge down the stretch. It gives you a shot in the arm. You prove your worth in this football game, and you start to build your case as you get to the end of the season of why you could possibly get to the best team in the country.
That's a backbreaker if you're the offensive coordinator, because on first down, you ran the ball, had a really nice gain. Short yardage situation, you just get completely blown up, and now you're having to probably dial up a throw on third down. You need more consistency from the guys up front.
Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Smith. Pulled down there, but they'll move the sticks, and it's a first down.
And I'm obviously it's still early in this football game, but after giving up a touchdown on the first drive and then coming out, like the worst thing you can do as an offense is go 3 and out and put your defense right back on the field. So that was a big third down to kind of settle them down and give them some more opportunities.
One running back in the backfield, and he has it. Dropped immediately. He got nothing on first down.
Well, they're trying to run the football there, just nowhere to go. They got dominated up front at the point of attack.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Here's Julian saying to throw. Fired that thing out in a heartbeat, but it's incomplete. They need a huge play on 3rd and long. Saying from the gun on 3rd down. Got his man. They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the first down.
Well, in that 3rd down play, they're just trying to get it to him quickly to see if he can do something with it after they catch. But this is a defense that takes pride in their ability to tackle in the open field. That was a fantastic job of rallying to the ball carrier inbounds and getting him down, now setting up 4th.
They punted away on 4th down. Trying to make one miss. He got nothing on the return. Outstanding job there. The Oregon offense is on the field to get this drive going. They torched this defense with an explosive passing play for a score last time out. Let's see if they go right back at him. Pushes ahead for 2. They'll mark it at the 17.
I think there's a couple schools of thought in how you run the football and how you throw the football. Like some people say, I run the football to set up the throw, right? To get people aggressive. But this offense kind of took it the other direction, right? They came out throwing the football, now soften them up. Now let's see if they can start to get that ground game going.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. Throwing more. Out wide left, it's Johnson. Makes the stop at the 33, but it's a 15-yard gain.
I know he's got the height and the weight of a tight end, but, man, the way he runs routes and how good he is with the ball in his hands, it just reminds you of a wide receiver. He's so athletic. This is a guy that has a basketball background in high school, and you see it pan out. Every time he has the football, he just looks like the best athlete on the field. For a big guy, very, very unique.
Grab behind the line. It's Moore. Oh, he's got some space. Running inside the 20. And he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown, Oregon!
You know, oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays, just like you saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense that can take it the distance on any given play.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. So here comes the Buckeye offense onto the field. They haven't exactly burst out of the starting blocks, and they need to get something together with this possession. Into crease, it's Jackson. Runs ahead and powers his way for 4 yards out to the 30. It's It's hard to find a place these days that the Big Ten doesn't touch geographically, but there's a lot of crossover with the Big Ten and Big 12 and plenty of bragging rights on the line when their schools meet.
You think about Nebraska, once upon a time being in the Big 12, now in the Big Ten too. These conferences also recruit in similar areas too. So this game is interesting, David, because a lot of these players, they're familiar with each other from high school.
Yeah, and I tell you, from experience, you hate that. Like, you get to know each other, you go to the other school, like, you're now my enemy.
Turning on the Jets. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the first down.
Nice job getting outside, right? Those running backs, they get on those tracks, they run outside. Now they're in the open field. It's so tough. Those safeties are flying down, try to get an angle, but you can tell the speed sets them up, makes the big play out to the left.
Get a big play like that last one, you flip the field, you change the momentum. Now it's 1st and 10 from the 38. Changing the routes with his receiver. To the back. Breaks into the open. The 20. They get him corralled, but not until he's in the red zone. They'll mark it at the 14.
And this defense, man, they've got to find some answers. They've been less physical than the offense. They've owned the line of scrimmage. They're running the football, putting a drive together. All right, now in the red zone, field shrinking. How do they handle this situation? Bring more bodies, be more physical, be more aggressive.
Quick give. It's Jackson. He is snowed under, nowhere to go, and it'll be 2nd and long.
Well, they want to come out and try to get the run game established, but up front defensively, they made a play. They gave up nothing on that one.
Got to find some breathing room if you're going to establish yourself on the ground, and there wasn't any that time.
Yeah, Reese, I wonder now if this offense is maybe going to try to get to the perimeter of the field and see if they can use their speed to hurt this defense.
2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Say it. They're all over it. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
You want to make a guy that's elite, that's one of the best in the business, start to become more and more human. Keep getting hits on him. Nice job by the defense, getting in his face, being physical. Make him feel your presence. Don't let him get comfortable back there in that pocket.
3rd and long coming up. Julian with the play fake. Looking left. And he will take it in. Touchdown, Buckeyes! They score for the big fella here. Why are tight ends so effective in the red zone?
Well, these aren't the guys that are going to burn by you and go for 70 most of the time, but when you can use their big-bodied frames, threaten them to run the football and be a blocker in the running game, and now you slip them in the secondary, make that big play.
And he makes the extra point. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Timeout signal for by the Buckeyes. That's their first. After using an early one, 2 left for them to spend. Dante Moore. Under pressure. They got him. Great pressure by this defense.
This is a good sign for this defense. The rate they were going, not touching the quarterback, him already having 2 touchdown passes in the first half, this was not going to be a fun football game to watch. Now they're turning the tide a little bit, getting a little bit of pressure, getting a sack.
The Ducks trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Moore to the air. Rushes on. They get to him as he throws. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37.
Come on, defense. What are we doing? I mean, you can't miss this guy. He's like literally the biggest dude on the field. That time, completely wide open. That's way too easy for the offense. He caught the football. There was nobody even near him. Someone on defense.
Caught, and he's got room. And after the stop, that is going to put a bow on this first quarter. Time has expired here in the quarter, and Oregon has the lead. As we get a look at the stats, they've swapped into the field, and we're ready to go in the second. Hits inside, it's Hill. There he goes. They finally get to him, but what a play there to pick up the first down.
And how about the backup, man? His first touch, he makes a big play in the running game. That is exactly how you earn more carries. He's not a guy that's leaned on to get those starter reps, to get the #1 reps. But when you do that, I promise you, you'll start to earn more reps with this offense.
The Ducks are marching down the field. Moore. Here comes the heat. Pulls it in. They get him on the ground, but it'll be enough to pick up the first down. And after that pitch and catch, he's already over 200 yards, and we're in the first half, Jesse.
Man, Reese, he's dialed in right now. He's really doing a nice job seeing the field, reading coverages, and finding his open guy.
And the Ducks will snap it on 1st and 10. Left side, it's Moore. And not much doing there as that defense runs him out of bounds.
This slot receiver gives defensive coordinators nightmares. You have got to double him virtually on every pass play. He better have safety help over top. Otherwise, this guy's a threat to score every time they throw the ball.
Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling. Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big 3rd down in the red zone. And they take it in for 6 more points.
And we've already seen him catch a touchdown, and now they're using his speed in another way. Like, when you have a monster, you give him the football. You feed him. So they give him the football, hand it to him, let him use his speed, get to the outside, make a play, and score a touchdown for this offense.
And the extra point was good. Fielded in the end zone. It's Crump. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. How about that blocking up front in that running game last time as they just walked it down? Oh, it's a fumble. It's as if that ball had a magnet going back to the offense. How in the world did they keep it? And wait just a second. The official's going to take a second look at this one.
It's definitely too early to panic, but there's some bad feelings going on for this offense right now. You're way down on the scoreboard. I know we're still in the first half, but after that last play, it's pretty obvious. You can't run the ball. You're becoming a one-dimensional offense at a time when you need to be able to score some points. So either get it done through the air or you've got to be more physical up front.
Jukes his way for more. He'll get it up to about the 32-yard line before he stopped, and it'll be first down. As they unpack the pile, it's part of Ohio State's DNA to have a lethal running game.
And this is a trend, Reese. We can go back as long as you want to go back, and we can go back a couple years to J.K. Dobbins, and we can go all the way back to Eddie George. They always find great running backs at Ohio State.
Say it. Complete on the left to Smith. And he was off to the races, and he gets it to the 45. The Buckeyes, right after the huge play through the air, back to the line. From the gun, it's Jackson. Turning it on. They stop him just short of the first down, but it will be 2nd and inches coming up.
Really good surge that time by the offensive line. You saw all those bodies by the defense being pushed backwards. That opened up the crease for the ball carrier. He's able to get a really nice gain there, setting up 2nd and inches.
The Buckeyes come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play. Pulls it on the option. Might have a chance. Slides to the ground after picking up the first great play on 2nd and short.
Man, this defense has to be better. You have to stop the first part of the option, and that is the quarterback. And he gets loose. He gets the first down, another set of downs. They need to figure out this plan and how to stop this quarterback.
And the Buckeyes kept this drive moving on the ground. Now back to work. The run inside. It's Smith. They'll give him 4 on the pickup at 2nd and 6. The Buckeyes are threatening in the red zone. Here's Sayin to throw. Out wide left, it's Smith. He steps out of bounds, but it will be enough for a first down.
How nice is it in this offense to have your best receiver playing in the slot? You're matching him up against linebackers, against safeties, or nickel corners. Nickel corners are oftentimes the defense's 3rd best cornerback. This guy is virtually uncoverable.
We're at the 2-minute timeout, and these guys really need to build a little momentum to cut into this lead before halftime. The Buckeyes have it with a 1st and 10.
Here we go, ready. Go.
Straight ahead, it's Jackson. Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
Throwing, say it. In the backfield, it's Jackson. Touchdown, Buckeye! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
And I'll tell you what, that passing touchdown, man, that should spark this whole team. Like, the comeback is more than on now. Like, they got the touchdown. They cut into the lead. You want to get a stop and go into the half, get all the juices, all the excitement, and be like, listen, the passing game's rolling. We got this. The comeback's in full effect.
Looks like he's going to try to return it. He'll step out of bounds at the 16 and leave his offense with a long field in front. They take over late in the half, enough time to put together a drive. These DBs going to give a little cushion. Moving to his left. It's dropped after taking the hit.
I know one of the things this defense really prides themselves on is being physical, and early in this game, putting a big hit on a guy that's already had a couple catches in this game, that's a good omen for the defense.
They'll need a bunch on second down. Here's more to throw. A lot of defenders around on that screen. Nice gain on that play, but a little bit short of the first down. Right at the line. It's a game of first downs, and they've got one out to their own 37.
This is a top 25 offense in college football, and I like what they do. They can run the football on third downs when they need to. They show you right there. They've got some balance to them. They really know who they are. They have a good identity, and that's why they've been so successful this season.
They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Moore will throw. Still looking. Trying to make magic with his feet. And he'll skip his way out of bounds after a short gain, making sure he doesn't take any unnecessary punishment.
Really nowhere for the quarterback to go that time. I like the idea of letting him try to run with it, but no opportunity to get up the field, so he just kept trying to use the speed going sideways. Defense took everything away, and a good decision by him to save a hit and just get out of bounds.
Second down. Throwing Moore. He lets it fly. Catch inside the 25. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Ducks.
You know, there's so many coaches out there in 2-minute situations at the end of the half with the lead that'll just be happy taking the lead into halftime. This guy's staying aggressive, though. Pedal to the metal, David, and you saw it paid off there for the touchdown.
Yeah, and let's finish this half now. Now, we got a nice lead. Built a little bit of a lead, but the defense has to go back out there. There's still a little bit of time, so get that stop to keep that momentum you just got, and everybody will be jacked up at halftime.
And they did tack on the extra point. Going for 2 here. Wonder if they're going to be chasing points the rest of the game. He's going to be stopped short of the goal line. The 2-point attempt is no good as they are unable to extend the lead.
26, Ohio State, 14. Number 39, set to kick this one away.
He'll bring it out. It's Cross. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Quarterback changing the play. Here's Julian saying to throw. Escapes the pressure going right. He can't make the connection. It'll be incomplete. He can scramble, but couldn't create anything there.
Oof, that boy's got you holding your breath every time he runs the football. So elusive, so fast. He scrambles around, buys time, and throws an incompletion, but every incompletion even looks good because he's so exciting to watch.
Looking to throw, it's Sayin. On the move. Blasted as he lets it go. Just a bit of a misfire there as they can't make the connection.
And quarterback's accuracy goes way down when you start to get him on the move. And you want to make it go way down even further? Pop that sucker. Nice job making him move, scramble out to his left, and then a good clean stick on him. That's 2 things he has to think about on one play.
On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Flips it out in the flat. He stopped at the 15. Not enough for the first down, and you'd think we'd see the punt team. The Ducks signal for their first timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. They boot it away. Not a lot of room to field this one. He couldn't find much running room there. Didn't get a lot of blocking, and he'll step out of bounds. Inside 30 seconds to play in the half. We'll see how aggressive they are on this drive. Dante Moore. Back's got it on the screen. Oh, he's got some space. 30. All the way down to the 27-yard line before they get him out of bounds, and this offense is threatening. And with that one, he's now over 3 bills for the game.
And there's 2 reasons why, Reese. He's made good decisions, and he's been accurate throwing the football all game long.
Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. DBs will try to keep everything in front. Moore to the air. Oh, pressure's coming. Throwing on the run. The pass is incomplete, and there are 2 ticks remaining on the clock.
Sometimes as a quarterback, when you're feeling the rhythm and you're feeling yourself, you just want to keep taking shots, right? This guy's already thrown 3 touchdown passes. He saw a look he liked, decided to let her fly. Haven't seen a lot of balls falling complete, especially deep down the field. That one did, but I'd expect this guy to keep letting it go.
And in the waning seconds of the first half, they'll try to put up 3 before going to the break. No good. And after the missed field goal, this lead is still at 12, guys. And we are headed to halftime. Both squads headed into the locker room to make some adjustments. Gives us an opportunity to check in with Kevin Connors in our EA Sports College Football Studio Update.
Interesting first half, fellas, and an eye-opening day here in Week 10 on the EA Sports College Football Update Show. We start with a look at Rutgers taking on the Wisconsin Badgers.
The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. Down 2 possessions to start this third quarter. They'd love to build some early momentum.
You ain't lying, because you only got so many possessions here in the second half, so now you're down. I got to maximize every single one, put your best plays together, start this drive off on a good note.
Yeah, it starts right here. Obviously, you can't get it all back on this drive, but you can create that momentum. You can create something special and some energy, but it's going to start with this offense here executing at a high level.
They can really be aggressive after that last play. It's 2nd and 3. Breaks into the open. He's at the 50, the 30, the 20. Touchdown, Ohio State. Somehow they fought all the way back, and it's a 1-possession game. Did not take long to get into the end zone. Now let's see if this gets this offense to hit overdrive.
Now, we may have a situation here. We might have points, and more points. You keep putting drives together like that quickly, chewing up that much yardage, defenses are going to have to get something figured out.
The returner will field it and bring it back. He's finally brought down after a big return that was almost a whole lot bigger. Here comes the Duck offense to get the drive started. So after watching their defense immediately give up a touchdown drive here in the third quarter, they'll try to answer here. Moore And that deep shot's going to wind up incomplete, but we do have a flag on the field. Let's see what the official says. They'll try to take advantage of that offsides call. It's 1st and 5. Moore will throw. Left side is Bear. Tried to hit him with a quick game on 1st down and nothing doing there.
I'll tell you, I just don't like throwing wide receiver screens against press man coverage. Receivers are not great blockers, and they just couldn't get it done there, and as a result, the offense actually loses a couple of yards.
Second and long here. Here's Moore to throw. They go to the wide receiver screen. And he's to the 48-yard line. That'll be good enough for a 1st down.
You know, the defense, they just haven't been able to find an answer for this guy throughout the course of the game. Obviously, he's got 2 touchdowns, picks up the 1st down there. They've tried doubling him. They've tried man coverage, zone coverage. Nothing working on defense. They can't stop him.
They'll line up right at the 48-yard line on 1st and 10. Fresh center downs going to the air. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Davison. Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass as it just never developed.
And listen, I know that wasn't a huge gain. It was positive, but I like doing more of that in today's college football. I'm just going to try to give my playmakers a chance to do damage in space away from all the big boys inside.
Short pickup of 4 on 1st down, dealing with a 2nd and 6. Throwing Moore. Finds his man. It's Hill. And they wrap him up, but not before he gets enough on the catch for the 1st down.
Listen, running backs are not just running backs anymore. You're going to be a wide receiver in today's football. And a great job sneaking out of the backfield, getting them the football, letting them get some positive yards.
The Ducks have their offense in high gear. Running inside. It's Davison. He stops him at the 31, but not before. He picks up 10 yards on the play.
You just sense the frustration starting to build, not only on offense, but I think with this running back as well. He is so talented. He's had some massive games throughout his career. Just haven't been able to get him going early in this game. That was a pretty good run there. Let's see if he can turn it on here in the 2nd half.
The Ducks with the 1st and 10. To the ground. He's got it again.
A lot of times you see these defenses, man, they pull the run blitzes. They understand the formations. It might be a run, play the percentages, and then you got to deal with the big defensive tackle inside. So more bodies near the line of scrimmage. Everybody's got to pick him up, but they didn't block the most important guy, the big fella right in the middle.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Moore. He's going to take off. Quarterback gets past the marker. He'll be pushed out of bounds just short of the end zone, and that one saved a touchdown at least for now.
And how about it? It's not just the arm. We've seen that today where he's picked them apart, put up some yardage, put on some touchdowns. Also showing you he can do it with his puppies. Taking off, running, getting the 1st down. Nice scramble. He's shown you a little bit of everything today.
We thought we might see some of this. They'll go to the Wildcat formation here. DB's right up on the receivers. He's into the end zone. good. His third touchdown of the game and 12th of the season. Offense gets the job done again. You want to build that cushion as we get deeper into the second half.
Man, it makes it easy, doesn't it? You start getting up by a couple possessions, making the offense very predictable on the other side. Great job by the offense extending their lead.
And after the extra point, they're on top by 12. He'll bring it out. It's Cross. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. There's certainly still a hill to climb, but they've got to make sure these drives pay off. Got a touchdown last time. Can they back it up here?
Well, and it's amazing in a football game how sometimes they'll surprise you with what you do. Once you get settled and you realize what's going on, now I'm comfortable with it. Jesse, this offense looked comfortable on its last drive.
They sure did. It looked like they started to find some momentum. So now it's on this defense to stop that, all right? You're a little bit upset based on what just happened the previous drive. You've got to bow up again and go back to what was working earlier in this game.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Jackson. And he's stuffed by that big defensive tackle up front.
You know, as a defense, you kind of want to force the give on the RPO. You want them to run the football, and you could tell maybe the quarterback wishes he pulled this. Small gain, but some information you gathered maybe for the next time you get to run an RPO.
3rd down, and this offense is already in a world of trouble. They could really use a conversion, not to mention multiple scores. Sayin from the gun on 3rd down. Intercepted, and that total goes to 16. All the way back. Touchdown, Ducks! They've got the lead and trying to put this one in a hammerlock here in Week 10.
How about a game-changing play for this defense? Stepping in front of the football and knowing what to do with it, taking it all the way to the end zone.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the point after is good. From deep, it's Parker. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Opening play of this drive comes from the 13-yard line. Quick give. It's Smith. Stopped at the 24-yard line after the 10-yard gain. And the Buckeyes are in the hurry-up.
Defense gives up the pretty big run. They get the first down. And listen, you got to reload quick now because this offense, they got their foot on the accelerator.
There he goes. And he's able to bounce off one tackle for a solid pickup.
Man, when I can run the football like that on first down and create 2nd and inches and stay way ahead of the sticks and be in a position now where I can throw the football or run, I will have a lot of success on the offensive side of the football.
The Buckeyes have a lot of options on 2nd and inches. Say it. Makes the grab. They've pushed it out to the 39 after picking up 5. The Buckeyes will snap it on 1st and 10. Back to throw, it's Sayin. Caught behind the line, it's Jackson. And it's pretty obvious there was a big hole in that screen, and the defense ran right through it. This game is all but officially a wrap as we take a look at the top 25. Late in the season, time running short if teams want to make their move in the rankings. One more quarter to play, and it might be unlikely, but hey, it's college football. Comebacks happen. So the final period starts with a second down play. Quarterback signaling to his guys. Play clock was down to 5. No need to rush things. Make sure you got it right, so they'll use the timeout. They still have a couple of timeouts to work with in this final quarter. And here comes the offense on second down.
Here we go. Ready. Go, go.
Say it. Oh, he's going to take a shot at the DB. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on.
You know, it's one thing to take shots early in a game when the defense may not be expecting it, but at this point, fourth quarter, you're trailing by a lot. They know you're going to do it, and the defense was expecting that one. Great job in the back end.
Again, it's Saying. Fires to the wideout. What a job to lay out and make the catch.
I'll tell you, you cannot count this team out because of who's playing quarterback. When this guy's in the game, it's never over. Yeah, they're trailing here in the fourth quarter, but this dude can put up points quickly.
That one's not even close.
I would not want to be the offensive coordinator right now. This offense has a hard time completing the forward pass and making plays. And now you're down, and they know to rush the passer. They know the pass is coming. I'm not sure what the answer is because this offense is just struggling in the passing game.
Here's Saying to throw. Quickly complete. Really good surge for this offense. They move the chains, and he's got it at the 34.
And that's kind of crazy. I didn't think that would happen coming into this football game. I didn't think we'd get in the fourth quarter and just call his name. This offense, man, he is a big play, dynamic weapon.
And the Heat gets home. They knock him down back at the 45.
If I had told you that one of the best quarterbacks in all of college football was going to have less than 200 yards passing in this game, you might not have had that on your bingo card, but that's what's in fact happened. This defense has done an outstanding job getting pressure on him like they did right there, getting the sack.
Fires it beautifully in on the crosser. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down.
It's always interesting how people handle late game. Like, you know this game is over. There's not a lot to gain from it, but some people try to throw the ball deep and continue to make plays. They throw it short. The clock's running out, and there's not a lot to talk about that's going to be positive for this offense.
Lined up in the gun on third down. Say it. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up fourth down.
It's really hard to win football games when you're one-dimensional offensively, and that's the case. They just have not been able to get anything going, throwing it deep down the field. They haven't won their one-on-one matchups. Quarterback has missed some throws, and as a result, in the fourth quarter, they barely have 100 yards passing, and that's why they're losing.
Going to take a shot. Makes the grab, plenty for the first down. Touchdown, Buckeyes! Nice catch and good work afterwards to get it into the end zone.
On these critical fourth downs, as a quarterback, you've got to find your best matchup, and they didn't just get the first down. He had his guy one-on-one. He took a shot, and it pays off for a huge score.
And they did tack on that extra point with no problem. On the run from inside his own 5. They'll corral him and get him down at the 17-yard line on the return. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. So that last touchdown made it a two-possession game, but if this offense can do its job, they can put this one away. Hits inside. It's Davison. Finds some space, enough to get 5 to the 22.
Late in football games, I have a plan. I want to run the football. I want to put my quarterback in great situations if I do throw it. Low risk, keep that clock moving, get a few first downs. And if I get a few first downs with that clock moving, I get the W and get out of here.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. So they were getting up against the play clock, and they don't want the penalty. They'll take the timeout here. They still have a couple of timeouts to work with in this final quarter. Line getting set on 2nd down. Moore. Rolling to the right, trying to make something happen. And this one's not working. He'll just throw it away.
I'll tell you, when this guy's in a rhythm, he never misses. And you've seen that in this game. Very, very accurate up to this point. That time, though, a little bit out of rhythm, and I think that's why he missed that throw.
Hang on, Sloopy. The Buckeye crowd alive on 3rd down. Moore trying to get everyone on the same page. Out wide left, it's Johnson. Turning it on. And he gets it done on 3rd down. They move the chains, and they'll mark it at the 44. Boy, the defense really needed to get off the field there, and they just couldn't do it, and it's a fresh set of downs.
Man, that hurts. When you're trailing late in the ball game, you need those stops, and you get them to 3rd down. You get them to those critical points. Now they get the 1st down. You don't have many left. You better get aggressive.
And the Ducks will line it up on 1st and 10. A designed run for the quarterback.
Yeah, and that's exactly what you want to do. Late in the ball game with the lead, establish the run, establish the physicality. And you know what helps? That clock up there, it continues to tick. So let's see if they choose to keep the ball on the ground and stay conservative and run that clock.
The Ducks with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. They pull him down, but he's got enough, and it'll be a 1st down for this offense.
And that's a 1st down for the offense.
We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and the clock is definitely on their side. They'll just try to run it out here. The Ducks pounded the rock to move the sticks. Now back to work. On the ground, trying to pull the plug on this clock.
I think you have to like what you see if you're the coaching staff here. Your offense is on the field, and it looks like you got a pretty good drive going. You're just going to try and keep this thing marching, keep the clock ticking. You've got a really nice lead here late. Just want to find ways to keep the chains moving. They're doing it.
Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. They give it to him again. And he's able to bounce off one tackle, but still not a whole lot of running room. Ohio State calls it second timeout. The brain trust getting thoughts together for this big third down coming up. Looking to convert, they'll go to the Wildcat. On the direct snap, it's Moore. Good effort, but he's going to come up a little bit short. It'll be fourth down and 1. Final timeout called by the Buckeyes. And now everybody chiming in to figure out how to play this fourth down. They already have a comfortable lead up by multiple possessions, but they're going to go for it here on fourth down. Now Oregon will call it second timeout. Gives him a little time to dig deep in the play sheet and figure out what to do on fourth down. They already have a comfortable lead up by multiple possessions, but they're going to go for it here on fourth down. He will be stopped short of the line to gain, and they'll turn it over on downs.
Nice job by the defense on fourth down, bowing up, getting physical, stopping the run, shutting down that fourth down play. Really good job by this defense.
Opening snap of this drive comes from the 38-yard line. Throwing, say it. Now moving to his right, looking for anyone that's open. Under pressure, and down he goes at the 33. Clock's running, and they'll try to get to the line warp speed for second down.
Nice job by this defense getting to the QB and getting him on the ground, creating the negative play. This offense must have seen something because they're right back on the ball, ready to snap it again.
I think the frustrating thing for this offense at this point is they've had a lot of success, and still they find themselves down on the scoreboard. And so I think if you're going to get back in this game, you've got to go back to the well. Think about the play calls that have worked for you in this game, where you found success, where you found your explosive plays. Don't be afraid to call those plays again right now in this 2-minute situation.
Lining up to convert third down. Sayin from the gun on third down. Makes the grab. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a first down. They pretty much have to keep the offense on the field, and they'll get right to the line of scrimmage. Fourth down, Sayin. And he's brought down, but he picks up the first down, and the gamble pays off. They'll hurry to the line with the clock still running. Sayin back to the air. Going for the big play. Another interception. That's number 17 on the year. Defense ends this game in style, coming up with a turnover, and now they can just kneel it out. We thought we'd see a little wildcat formation in this spot, and here it is. On the snap, it's Moore. Hit and dropped, and he got nothing on first down.